Yeah, Isaiah 24. Somewhere around the 4th or 5th verse. Yeah, I'm opening this up. All right, shalom, shalom. With the Hebrew Israelites coming to you week in and week out to prophesy the downfall and destruction. All right, this wicked and sinful kingdom called America. Before we go any further, let's give all praise, honor, and glory to the Heavenly Father's only begotten Son, Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem, Kakwadash. All right, the ones our Apostle Ellsbury Millstone. We're going to start off with the 12 tribes. All right, you have Judah, the so-called Negroes, the so-called blacks. You have Benjamin, the so-called West Indians, right? You have Levi, the so-called Haitians. You have Simeon, the so-called Dominicanos. You have Zebulon, the so-called Guatemalans and Panamanians. You have Ephraim, the so-called Puerto Ricans. You have Manasseh, the so-called Cubanos. You have Gad, the so-called North American Indians. You have Reuben, the so-called Seminole Indians. Naphtali, the so-called indigenous Indians of Argentina to Chile. Right? You have Asher, the so-called indigenous Indians of Colombia to Uruguayans. Right? Uruguay, Paraguay. Right? Issachar, the so-called Mexicans. If you see yourself on the sign, according to the seed-line of your father, it's time to repent. Turn back to God of the Bible, His only begotten Son, because this current kingdom is getting ready to pass away through thermonuclear missile, through the wrath of the Lord. All right? And it's time for new management. Okay? It's time for new management on the earth. Give me management definition real fast. Whoever got it. That's what the Lord's getting ready to establish, a new management, because the earth right now is not being ran right. Okay? You got it?
This is the definition of management, and it reads, the process of dealing with or controlling things or people.
Yeah. And I'll go get some synonyms for it.
All right, synonyms. Some synonyms for the word are directors, board, executives, administrators, owners, and bosses.
Look, owners and bosses, man. So the owners of the earth, right? Going back to Job 9:24, the earth has been given into the hands of the wicked. All right, the earth is destroyed. Everything you see around you has been tainted. Nothing is in its right element, man. You got precept?
Yeah.
Come on.
This is Wisdom of Solomon 6:1. Hear therefore, O ye kings, and understand, learn ye that be judges of the ends of the earth.
Right.
Give ear, ye that rule the people, and glory in the multitude of nations. For power is given you of the Lord.
Yes, see, power is given unto you. And every nation upon the earth has had their chance. Right? What did you do with it? You know, like the elder Yatazak from Dallas like to say, stunk up the field, man. Every nation stuck up the field. My coach used to say that back in the day. You got it.
Yeah, I was thinking about some. You go back and watch a movie you haven't seen in a while. You know, you be like, why are there so many fucking sex scenes in this movie? You know, that's all this movie got.
Yeah. Two guys kissing.
Two guys kissing. You know, naked women everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell going on in this movie? I thought this was a movie about the hero.
Yeah, I didn't realize how wicked and demonic it was.
Yeah, it's like, what the hell? And that's pushed in society, and that plays on relationships, you know, building of households. That destroys the people. And that's what this man has done by his way, by his wine. You see? This is Wisdom of Solomon 6:3. It says, "For power is given you of the Lord,
Yep.
and sovereignty from the highest."
Somebody hold Psalm 75 too.
Who? It says, "And sovereignty from the highest, who would try your works and search out your counsels."
Yeah, it does that through the wisdom, through his knowledge, man. You know? Not through your own vain opinion, understanding what you think is right. Because it's wrong. We have the...
No, go ahead.
We got the blueprint. Go, you got it.
Yeah, the Lord looks at, you know, your works.
That's right.
Are you living up to the standard, which is to the scriptures?
Right.
You know, and it says he took thy word in his in the mouth of he took the Lord's word in his mouth, but he didn't follow none of the ways.
Who are you to declare my statutes?
Yeah. Who are you to declare my statutes? That's right. It reads, "Because being ministers of his kingdom, ye have not judged aright."
Yeah, they haven't judged rightly, man. You know? Once again, you go to this man's court system, what does he have? A thick-ass law book that changes every year. That changes all the damn time, man. And yet they throw the ways of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah out the window.
Yep, the Holy Scriptures, you know, the law, statutes, and commandments that we've been given don't change.
Right.
You see, they're perfect. The law is perfect. You know, making wise to simple. You know, making wise to simple. Can a brother grab that scripture? But this is Wisdom of Solomon chapter 6. It should be like in the Psalm. This is a Wisdom of Solomon chapter 6 verse 4. "Because being ministers of his kingdom, ye have not judged aright, nor kept the law, nor walked after the counsel of the Most High." You know, you see that. You know, they are not walking after the counsel. The true counselors is the nation of Israel, and they have put us into captivity, right? Ruled over us with a rod of iron and pushed their ways and their wine and philosophies across the four corners of the earth. And that's why this place, America, is not our rest, right? We're not supposed to be comfortable here in Babylon the Great, you know, because this place is ultimately going to be destroyed. So what are you really getting comfortable for? You know, what are you really working towards here in this kingdom? Were you able to find it?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we'll bring that out too.
Right, because didn't some come out saying like people up to 80 years old is still having to work?
If they want to receive certain benefits from the government,
Yeah.
you know, they have to continue to work, you know, a certain amount of hours.
Yeah, at least 80 hours.
At 80 hours a month.
Yeah, so here it is, an 80-year-old person still got to work at least part-time just to receive help.
Yep, that's because they know Jake, you know, isn't going to do the whole, you know what I mean, retirement thing. I got something. I got something on the front seat.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
We'll have you back.
You can hold it.
No, we'll have you back.
Okay, yeah, perfect. Go ahead, bro.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 19 and verse 7, and it reads, "The law of the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, is perfect, converting the soul. The testimony of the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, is sure."
Call and read it again now.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 19 and verse 7, and it reads, "The law of the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, is perfect."
Yeah, the law of the Lord is perfect. Can the brother get Deuteronomy? The law by another brother can get it for you, bro.
This is the book of...
Hold that, but keep reading that. Just hold it for now. Yeah, read that song. Yeah.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 19 and verse 7. "The law of the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, is perfect, converting the soul. The testimony of the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh
It says
Shai, is sure."
converting the soul. The scriptures are able to change, you know, and mold you into the individual or a nation of people that Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai requires down here upon the earth. Right? Converting the soul, it changes you, it molds you. Right? What was that? Proverbs 22 in 6. Brother can grab that. I believe it's verse 6. Hold that word real quick. It's a quick one. It says, "Train up a child in thy youth, in his youth, and when he is old, he shall never depart." You know. There you got it. It's a little cold out here. But, you know, I'll try to grab it.
You want me to grab it?
Yeah, if you got it. Whoever grabs it first.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 22 and verse 6, and it reads, train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it.
Yep, and that's why it's so important for this, you know, the way of truth to be pushed forth in the earth throughout all your generations, right? Because when a man is old, he'll stick to those principles that they received in his youth. You know, you have Tiger Woods. You know, they handed him a golf club, you know, at a very young age. I believe it was 1 year old, right? And look, lo and behold, he became one of the best golf players alive. So if we take hold onto the ways of life, you know, understanding, you know, how to actually take care of our body, because even the knowledge of how to take care of your body, how to take care of yourself, has been stripped out of the earth. You know, from the simplest of things, everything is out of course, and the root problem is sleazy E, right? Finish that in Psalms 19. Yep, and then we'll get a Deuteronomy 4.
This is Psalms 19 and verse 7, and it reads,
Why not?
the law of the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai is perfect, converting the soul. The testimony of the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai is sure.
Yeah, the testimony of Yahweh Shai, right, is the spirit of prophecy, right? And it's true. It's gonna happen. You know, we're living in the movie of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. This is how the Lord wanted it to go, so we can learn what it's like living under a wicked rulership. You know, everything about Babylon the Great, the food that you get at the grocery store is all old. You know, you gotta eat it within a week's time before it expires, before it just goes bad. You see, this is the society that we're living in. You got all type of fecal matter in your bath water, the water that you brush your teeth with. Right? This Edomite has destroyed the earth. Everything is messed up. But he's put a blue screen in front of your eyes to blind you from the truth. Right? You're in the sunken place on these social media devices. You think there's a way out. You think your phone has the way out of the matrix. That's what people believe. If I find a way, I live like this guy on the internet, and I'll be like him. I'll make it out of this place. That's what people really believe. But that's far from the truth. Finish it out.
Psalms 19 and 7. The law of the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai is perfect, converting the soul. The testimony of the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai is sure, making wise the simple.
Making wise the simple. And people are simple. People, you know, when you're a child, you're very simple. You have to be taught. You know, you tell your kids, no balls in the house. No basketballs, footballs inside the house. Why? And what, they don't listen. And now something breaks. Now you gotta say, do you understand why you shouldn't have balls in the house? You know, now you've experienced it. Now when they consider those things now, it makes them wise to say, I gotta be more aware. You know, I gotta be very attentional. You know, instruction is important. You know, because I don't follow instructions, bad things can happen. Bad things can follow. Right? You got free stuff before? That was it, right? Yeah.
So 1 Corinthians chapter 1 verse 20. Where is the wise?
Mm-hmm.
Where is the scribe? Where is the disputer of this world? Hath not Yahweh made foolish the wisdom of this world?
Yeah, have not Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai made foolish the wisdom of this world? You got the gates of hell saying that he want to cut down all the trees. And then when people on the talk show and the audience scoffed at him, he said he got offended. You know, and he lost his temper. He said, are we the science people or are we the idiots? And pointing at the audience. So you're a bunch of useless eaters. They're ready. You're just a battery to keep to keep this thing going. That's all you are to them. You know, we're already living in the matrix, right? These niggas this nigga was in a tube full of water, hooked up. You know, in the movie, it's crazy. Any more on that, bro?
For after that, in the wisdom of Yahweh, the world by wisdom knew not Yahweh.
Yeah, the world, this world doesn't know Yahweh by Shema Shai. This world is completely opposition to how the Lord wants the earth to be ran. And you can see it. Concrete everywhere. You know, and then you have your animal defecate on the concrete. And then you just pick it up. What about the micro, you know, that came out of that animal? Now it's all over, now it's on the ground. Now it's at the bottom of your shoes. Now you walk into your house, you know, or you walk near your house, you get inside your car, people don't even realize how dirty the earth is. Go ahead, bro. Read verse 21.
For after that, in the wisdom of Yahweh, the world by wisdom knew not Yahweh. It pleased Yahweh by the foolishness of preaching to save them that believe.
So this is foolishness. Us coming out here, you know, crying onto you, telling you that the end is coming, you know, telling you to repent, turn back, because if the Most High really wanted to, he could really make everything better tomorrow. But this is pleasing to Yahweh by Shema Shai.
By the foolishness
of preaching.
Because, like you said, you know, this is foolishness. Our family members, our associates in the world, people that drive by. You see, like, talk God don't exist. We gotta shut the fuck up. This is foolishness compared to the world.
Hey, man.
You know, they drive by, what the fuck is they doing? They wasting their time. They out here standing in the cold, this, that, and the third, not even realizing, shit, we fulfilling prophecy.
That's right. And we have the mysteries. You know, mysterion, the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven. The kingdom of heaven is on its way. You know, and that's what we're investing in. Just like you can go on your phone and look at everybody else is living their life, but this is how we are living ours.
Right.
You know? And we believe that what we're doing is ushering in Yahweh Shai's kingdom, the throne of David. You know? Any more?
Get off me.
Okay. You got something, man?
Yes. Wait, I'm going to jump down to verse 25.
All right, bring it out, brother.
Because the foolishness of Yahweh is wiser than men, and the weakness of Yahweh is stronger than men.
Yeah, in your eyes, we look weak and foolish. Man, it's been those same, you know, 5, 6 guys out there for all these years. You know, you guys are wasting your time. You know, get a job. You know, what are you panhandling out here? You know, that's how they look at us, but we're wiser than men. You know, all of these Andrew Tate, why do you think that guy is fighting? You know, because you know, rumor has it that dude got liquidated during this recent Bitcoin crash. Now he's trying to get a bag by fighting the current, I believe, kickboxing champion. It's all folly. It's all, and he tells you that he's escaped the matrix. You know, everybody is fake, phony. You know, they're not really, you know, they're not, there is no way out. They're selling you a dream. But this is the way, right? Scripture say, woe to the prophets that have dreamed a dream. You know? Go ahead, brother.
For ye see your calling. Brethren, how that not many wise men after the flesh, not many mighty, not many noble are called.
Yep, not many mighty. I mean, there's a lot of mighty men in the world. You know, across the four corners of the earth here in Babylon, warriors. Right? The Lord didn't call them. Right? It said, mighty, what else, brother?
It said, many wise men, not many mighty, not many noble.
That's right. A nobleman. You know, and really what makes a man noble are his actions. You know, guys get status in society. They're they're men of renown, right? Because of of money, because of prestige, because of being born into a certain family line, you know. But ultimately, that doesn't mean anything in the eyes of Yahweh by Shema Shai. You see, the Lord has chosen the weak things of this world to confound that which is mighty. And everything you guys are working for, it's all failing you. These people are through out here. It's never enough. It's never enough. It's never enough, because you always, once you get to that stage, you realize, wow, there's another step up. You don't realize how low on the totem pole you really are. You know, that's our people though, man.
That's right. But Yahweh had chosen the foolish things of the world to confound the wise. Mm-hmm. And Yahweh had chosen the weak things of the world to confound the things which are mighty, and base things of the world and things which are despised hath Yahweh chosen.
That's right, and we're despised. You know, nothing more looked down upon than it being a black man in America, so-called black man, so-called Latino man. You know, the children of Israel, especially if you're of that nation and you don't have any money, you know, but all these people, all these years that was living their best life, going on trips, going on vacations, right, are sitting there behind us down now. Right? The squeeze is on. They're feeling the pressure because we're at the end of days. They're feeling the beginning of sorrows. Right? Any more?
Yep, and this is it. Yeah, and things which are not, to bring to naught things that are.
Yep. Things that are not, to bring
to naught.
To not things that are. You see, so we're pulling down the strongholds. You know, the veil, the Wizard of Oz, the man behind the curtains. You know, we're realizing that's what it is. He's just a man, and not a god, right? Bring it for yourself, Mike.
It changed, but I got some.
Okay, yeah. Bring
It's,
it up.
1 Corinthians chapter 4, in verse 10, it says, "We are fools for Hamashiach's sake, but ye are wise in Hamashiach."
What does 9 say, brother?
The apostles and all that.
Oh, you can start with that one. You get both for sure.
There's 1 Corinthians 4 in verse 9, "For I think that the Most High have set forth us the apostles last, as they were appointed to death.
Mm-hmm.
For we are made a spectacle unto the world, and to angels, and to men."
That's right. And what we're doing here in these last days, right? It's like a spectacle. Everything else has been tried. So many movements have came and gone, but this is the sign of the end, right? This is the main event. You know, Yahweh by Shema Shai has us out here, you know, for a reason, and everybody is wondering, like, what are those guys doing? You know, what are they really about? Oh, they're hateful. I've heard they're hateful. You know, oh, they you know, it's a joke. Everything is funny. You know, or what they're madmen. We fools account their lives madness, and they're in to be without honor. You know, they think we're just appointed to the slaughter. You know, that we're just gonna die away like everything else that's come before us. You know, but yeah, you know, if the Most High, you know, scripture say, you can brother come and pull it. You know, Acts 5 and 29 or 39. You know, I can't remember exactly how it goes. I'm trying to draw on a blank slot here. And then we'll read the next verse. I just want to get it.
Acts 5.
In 39. Yep, 39. You can probably start at 38.
This is the book of Acts, chapter 5 and verse 38. "And now I say unto you, refrain from these men, and let them alone."
Yeah, and the scripture say what? Thy eye shall see thy teachers. Right? Thy eye shall see thy teachers, and they shall not be removed into a corner anymore. But that thou shalt hear a word behind thee saying, "This is the way, walk ye in it." So they're not going to be able to do harm unto the Lord's men. Right? Brothers are going to receive, you know, spiritual power. And you realize you know, this word of life that we have is power. What we're speaking, you know, that's why you gotta be very mindful of how you speak in these days. Oh, I'm always sick. You know, I'm always hurt. You gotta speak. You know, you got. Oh, I'm healing. You know, I'm getting stronger all the time. That's how you gotta speak to yourself. You know, because we're in a spiritual war.
Speaking into existence.
Yeah, and we're fighting against spiritual wickedness in high places. What do you think they're doing behind the scenes? The least that you never see. Right? They're doing all type of enchantments in the world. You know, serving their God. So we gotta serve our God, Yahweh by Shema Shai. And all of our enemies that come up against us are gonna be smitten down. That's why refrain from these men. Go ahead.
For if this counsel or this work be of men, it will come to naught. Acts 5:39. But if it be of Yahweh, it cannot overthrow it. Lest happily ye be found even to fight against Yahweh.
That's right. So, are you willing to fight against, you know, the Creator? Because that's who you are fighting against when you come against us. You know, you don't hate us. You hate the spirit that's in us. Right? Go back to your precept, Mike.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 4 and verse 10. It says, "We are fools for Hamashiach's sake, but we are wise in Hamashiach."
Yep. So we're we look very foolish. You know, but it is what it is. You know, this is the life we chose. We don't really care about the opinions of people who eat pork. We don't care about the opinions of people who eat all type of abominable foods. We don't care about the opinions of a bunch of Satan worshipers. We don't care about the opinions of a bunch of infidels, a bunch of non-believers. Right? You can speak on the mic.
I'll just finish it. This is 1 Corinthians 4 verse 10. "We are fools for Hamashiach's sake, but we are wise in Hamashiach. We are weak, but we are strong. Ye are honorable, but we are despised." Because we're not of this world ultimately. You know, you go into that word fool, you know, not the initial one, but you go into the root word of the initial word in fool, and that precept is mysterium. It goes into the mystery. So us being foolish to the world, we're wise in the Lord, because why? We understand the mysteries. That's Matthew's 13th chapter. You know, and wisdom goes into the fear of the Lord. You have to fear Yahweh Shai. We feared Heavenly Father through His only begotten Son. We hear that you got guys still saying we don't got to worship Yahweh Shai, obey Yahweh Shai's word. You know, they start cutting Apostle Paul's teachings. You know, it's saying it being not canon and whatnot. You know, the book of Hebrews is no good. You know, it's because why? Because they become fools, man. You know, trying to be wise. It is we became wise just trusting in Yahweh Shai, man. You know.
Yep. And their folly is really on display. You know, men of, you know, the old saying, real recognize real. You know, even the fool, when he holds his tongue, seemeth to be wise. And these guys are, you know, a fool may be known by his speech. Right? Go ahead, brother.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 14 and verse 26. "In the fear of the Lord is strong confidence, and his children shall have a place of refuge."
That's right. So when you actually are out here fearing Yahweh by Shema Shai, you have great confidence, great faith that He's going to be with you. You know that you are doing, you know, the right. We're doing the righteous deeds of our forefathers. You know. Yeah, Abraham was a friend of the Most High. Isaac, Jacob, we're trying to continue on in that legacy. You know, what musician can you read about, or you know, that was here, you know, thousands of years ago? Where are the famous musicians? You know, what was Pharaoh's name? Right, the king of Egypt. What was his name? What was the Pharaoh's name? Who were these men? But we know about Abraham by name.
I was about to say, I can't even tell you their name.
You know, we know Isaac by name. We know Jacob by name. The sons of God, Noah. An everlasting name is what we're fighting for. You got a precept, bro?
Yeah, I got something.
Bring it out.
It's Ecclesiasticus chapter 1, verse 13. Whoso feareth the... No, I'm going to start at verse 12. The fear of the Lord maketh a merry heart and giveth joy.
Yeah, the fear of the Lord maketh a merry heart. When you follow the Lord's instructions, when you follow those instructions and be obedient to the ways of Yahweh by Shema Shai, you feel good in the spirit. You know, now I am balanced. You know, your equilibrium's all off here. You know, should I do this or should I do that? Should I do this? Should I do that? You know, but the Lord gives you that peace of mind. Yeah, brother.
The fear of the Lord maketh a merry heart and giveth joy and gladness and a long life.
And a long life. You know, and people are dying young today. You know, bodies broken, minds broken. Right? Death is better than life full of continual sickness. So are people really living? Like the Apostle Elder Gabar likes to say, we haven't lived a day not even one day. You know? We're waiting for a newness of life, long life, immortality. Right? Long in the Lord's eyes. Because this is nothing but a low vapor down here upon the earth. 100 years ain't nothing. What is 1,000 years to someone who's eternal? Yeah, brother.
Whoso feareth the Lord, it shall go well with him at the last, and he shall find favor in the day of his death.
That's right. In the last days, we're gonna be shown a lot of favor. Lord's willing, we're part of that number, the elect. There's an election that Yahweh by Shema Shai has chosen, who are going to be shown mercy in these last days, and that's what we're fighting to be a part of that class of Israelites, the creme de la creme, right? The class of nobles, right? To receive mercy, right? That's what Yahweh by Shema Shai has us out here for, you know. And when you're in your day-to-day life, you gotta really be about what the Lord commands us to do. You can't be a faker, faking the funk. Yeah, brother.
I'm going to jump down to verse 18. The fear of the Lord is a crown of wisdom, making peace and perfect health to flourish.
That's right. So it's when you in that crown of wisdom, you know, you see somebody, you know, you've never seen before. Let's say you see a king, right? A king comes in to the city, right? You see how he's dressed, you see his crown. You're like, wow, he's great. You know, just by how he looks. But wisdom through your actions, you know, shows you how great you are. You know, not just by appearance only, but by actions. You see, that's the crown that wisdom has given us, right? Because we have foresight to see into the future, right? A prudent man perceiveth the evil and hideth himself where? In the knowledge of Yahweh by Shema Shai, the true instruction on how, the only way out. You got it, man.
The fear of the Lord is a crown of wisdom, making peace and perfect health to flourish, both which are the gifts of Yahweh, and it enlargeth the rejoicing that love him.
Yep, perfect health, and what the health of the health means whole, right? So to make one whole again, right? Because Babylon the Great in its ways, this place beats you down, mentally, spiritually, beats your body down. When you consume their food, their water, you know, their way of life, you know, that is pushed upon you, beats you down. And the healing starts with Yahweh by Shema Shai, supping with you in your mind, right? And then, you know, you try your best, you serving Yahweh by Shema Shai to the best of your ability. We're not going to be saved by the law, you know, but it's your intentions, right? A man's, the battle is a man's reasoning, right? The why you do everything. As a man, you should always have a why you do something.
What's your purpose?
You know, exactly.
To And a lot of people, especially 2/3 of Jakes, they don't really have a purpose, which is why they just pretty much a bunch of lawless brute beasts and just living in folly and in simplicity, because they don't got a purpose.
What verse are you on in that
They don't
chapter?
stand for nothing.
Can you get verse 26 in that chapter? Yeah, that's a good verse. You got a precept?
I'm about to say that whole chapter back.
Oh, the brother got it. Are you reading?
Yeah.
The brother, he'll read it for you.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 1 and verse 26, and it reads,
You said 26, right?
I believe so, yeah. I believe so.
if thou desire wisdom, keep the commandments, and the Lord shall give her unto thee.
Yeah, so if you desire, it's because in the Lord's laws is the wisdom. The instructions are the ways of wisdom, right? So if you desire wisdom, well, follow these instructions. You'll be good. You want to know how to get to the bank? Follow these instructions. You want to know how to get to the kingdom of Yahweh by Shemal Shai? Follow these instructions. Read it again, up.
In Proverbs, it say instruction is life. You know, wisdom is life.
And you should fear not making it. You know, you should fear what Yahweh by Shemal Shai can do to you, or will do to those who don't make it.
And you gotta think about the people you love. Because remember, the Lord can make you suffer. He could get somebody you care about, somebody you love. You know? It's all types of ways the Lord can get you. And you know, and you gotta fear, that's why you gotta fear the Lord, you know?
Anyways, that was a straight up demon. Keep reading.
Sirach 1 and 26, if thou desire wisdom, keep the commandments, and the Lord shall give her unto thee. For the fear of the Lord is wisdom and instruction, and faith and meekness are his delight.
See, the fear of the Lord is, right, truth, meaning, a math, right? When you do multiplications, is equals, right? So the fear of the Lord is what? Wisdom and instruction?
Wisdom and instruction,
Keep going.
and faith and meekness are his delight.
So while those who have faith, and while you're applying, right, the wisdom and instruction, you gotta have faith, and you gotta apply meekness in your life, right? We can't control what happens, right? You know, your thoughts don't control the rain. You know, you can only control how you react, how you apply instructions, you know, to this new simulation of test. You know, as we're here to bear our cross, serving Yahweh by Shemal Shai daily. You know, we've taken up our cross, taken up the responsibility of what is required of a man here and a woman here in these last days of the nation of Israel. Right? Any more? I think it's a little bit more. Yeah, keep reading that.
Sirach 1 and 28, distrust not the fear of the Lord when thou art poor.
Meaning, don't be of a double mind, right? The Lord will bring you up, but and then what? You all right? You know, you experience this, you conquer this. You know, you went through these this little stages of events in your life. Now on to the next thing, right? You may be brought low for a season. You still gotta have that same enthusiastic spirit about you when it comes to serving Yahweh by Shemal Shai. Because we have entered into what Scripture say, undeserved privileges. You know, we're justified by faith, and faith is a gift. Go ahead.
Distrust not the fear of the Lord when thou art poor, and come not unto him with a double heart.
A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. Oh, you know, and that's what Scripture says. No man can serve two masters. You know, you're trying to serve one. You know, but you gotta serve the Lord, because these ideologies or these ways of life, they conflict. They're going. There's a fork in the road. You know, one to the right or one to the left, and the left is full of the broad gate. You know, it's wide and short. You know, because so many people have already done it. You know, to do something, to go somewhere, or to get something you've never got, you got to do something you've never done. You in order to go somewhere you've never been, you got to take a different path. You know, so many of our people, you know, have come with, you know, I saw old Jake, you know, he's talking about, you know, current events. He got, as soon as you turn on the video, he got Malcolm X in the background. Like, come on. If that was the way, we would have been out of here already. But go ahead.
Sirach 1:30, 1:29. Be not a hypocrite in the sight of men, and take good heed what thou speakest.
Be not a hypocrite. A hypocrite is an actor in the side of, and a lot of people are actors. Like you come to, they go to the family events. You know, Jake put on his best piece. You know, get all dressed up just to stone his family members. But he's through out here. You know, he'll put on a show for a few hours, and that's all social media really is. People are literally showing you putting on the show, saying how great their life is. That's a 1-minute clip of the 24-hour day. That's a 1-minute clip of a week of life. But they're living these great extravagant lives. They're just so happy. You know, people are miserable here in Babylon the Great. You know, and we're here to keep it real with you. You know, this kingdom ain't fun. We the righteous are vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked. You know, those that the Lord hateth all abominations, and they that love him hate it so, or love it not. You see? Oh, go ahead.
Sirach 1:29. Be not an hypocrite in the sight of men, and take good heed what thou speakest. Exalt not thyself, lest thou fall, and bring dishonor upon thy soul.
Yep, and we're going to see a lot of men, you know, of the nation of Israel, of the circumcision, who have exalted themselves, be cast down by Yahweh, by Shema Shai. Right? It says, this shall be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as gold in the fire. The chosen are the pure gold, right? So when the end days come, which we're in the end days, but when Jacob's trouble was just like, you know, the hour of temptation, the micro C hip, which is the mark, you know, the mark busy, right? When that thing is fully implemented here in the earth in these last days, when Esau is out here with the troops, right? When his presence is felt, his military presence is felt, right? When the squeeze, because right now as a serpent, he's slowly going around you. But when I can't. And you're right, I can't move. You know, and then it gets to the point where I'm not gonna live, right? And that's the time that we're out here warning our people about, because when that time comes, we're not gonna be out here. You know, the Lord is going to take his men off the streets, and there's going to be a famine of the word. Oh, that was on that. That was pretty much it, yeah. You got 3 seconds, Mike?
Yeah. Is 1 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 18. It says, let no man deceive himself. If any man among you seemeth to be wise in this world, let him become a fool that he may be wise.
Mm-hmm.
And so let no man deceive himself goes into lying to yourself. And that's really going to here in the last days, men's lovers of themselves. You know, they can't be told what to do. They can't be corrected. Go into ultimately a woman's spirit, you know, no accountability, right? Because again, you go into the human mind, they protect their own emotional stability over truth. This is called cognitive dissonance. You tell somebody something that's off, you say, hey, you probably shouldn't be eating that. You know, there's an article came out, it creates cancer in the body. What's the initial response? Oh, you're tripping, you know? But that's the body's defense mechanism, you know? But it says, if any man among you seemeth to be wise. I mean, it's appearance. People love to look smart. You know, they dress the part on the outside, but inside they don't know what the hell's going on, man. You know, all these bloggers and everybody else, especially on social media, man, like I was going to. A lot of people don't know what the hell's going on, man, but they put on the front, and as they're lying to themselves, they're lying to the rest of the world, man. You know, pretty much multiplying the issue. And everybody's always lying to them damn self, man. You know? I'll read it one more time.
Yeah. I got a preset, okay. Unless you want to.
No,
I'm not going to speak on it.
No, I was going to fill the space. I didn't know if you was...
Okay, Con, throw it, bro. Yeah, verse 25.
This is Romans chapter 1,
Yeah, sir. You start 25. That's the point.
Okay. This is Romans chapter 1 and verse 25. Who changed the truth of the Most High into a lie?
Yeah, who changed the truth of the Most High into a lie? When you look at that word change, it's like exchange. I mean, like you exchange something like a good for another good, right? Another product. You exchange one product for another, right? And the gift of life that Yahweh by Shema Shai, is out here giving our people, right? Well, we're supposed to be raised in those ways. They have given up, and that's why we're here today. Because Jake didn't want to keep the ways of life. Because we broke the covenant. That's why we're here in Babylon. Jake was serving idols, and lo and behold, Jake is a rebellious house even unto this very day, right? But a small remnant is being preserved, right? So the wicked of our people have exchanged their glory for that which did not profit them. Go ahead. And then we're going to get into some prophecy after the scripture. So if brothers want to grab, any prophecy scriptures, maybe 2nd Ezra 9:1, Revelations 22, and verse 12. Go ahead.
So Romans 1 and 25. Who changed the truth of the Most High into a lie, and worshipped and served the creature more than the Creator, who is blessed forever. Amen.
That's right, and that's what's being the creation, and really the creation of man. Jake would kill himself for a car, and really people worship money not for the dollar itself. Some people do, right? Some people have that spirit, money, right? But people really worship money because of the things that they can get for it. So they sacrifice. That is their sacrifice, and their sacrifice is not to Yahweh by Shema Shai. These are just things down here upon the earth that when we receive this, and that's why life is really simple, right? And life is gonna be simple, right? When the throne of David is fully implemented and established down here upon the earth, right? Everybody complicates things. All a man needs is food, shelter, raiment. And a house to cover his shame. Amen. Exodus 2nd Ezra 8:50. Can you read that one? Perfect.
This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 8 and verse 50. For many great miseries.
Can brother get Amos chapter 5 verse 18?
2nd Ezra 8 and 50. For many great miseries shall be done to them that in a latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride.
Yep, so many great miseries. And you're seeing great miseries. What was it? What building was this that just was caught on fire? It was the entertainment thing. I posted in the chat. But many great miseries. We're seeing random fires. This year alone, we had LA was on fire. We had Tesla trucks. We had bricks being thrown. Right? Protests where the National Guard is pulling up. And look at what's going on now. Afghanis got to get out of here. So they're creating another boogeyman. All right, so they created a boogeyman with China. We're in the AI war. So we need to put all this money and investments towards AI because we don't want to get outpaced by China, because China can take over the world with AI. So now with the Afghanis, now there's another boogeyman of why we need more surveillance, why we need a military presence, why we need the continuation of a military presence, right? Watch out, bro.
Hey, didn't they say that Afghani? Didn't they say he worked for the government or something?
I don't remember.
I don't know how true it was. I think they said he worked for the CIA or he worked for America.
Yeah. He came over here during the whole Biden administration, showing you that these are
It was a program, you know, for the Afghani soldiers that helped over there and that caused, you know, a war over there. For them to, you know, pretty much be brought into America. That was on the Bible.
Yep.
So those military vets that helped alongside those U.S. military troops, you know, they were pretty much given a program they can, you know, pretty much migrate into America. So they, you know, this is an Esau problem, man. But it's how you operate. Proper reactive solution, man.
Yep.
It don't matter what administration, they're all the same damn system, man.
Yep. Yep. That's right. That's
There's
right.
a whole bunch of sleeper cells in America. It wasn't just that one individual
Yeah.
that was put up to that.
Yep. Yep. They all
Literally
get,
thousands of them.
there's
Yeah.
thousands, hundreds of
I was
thousands.
about to say, yeah,
There's hundreds of
The
thousands.
army.
There's, go ahead.
Well, I was saying that movie that Denzel Washington and Bruce Willis was in, it was called The Siege, when they had the whole New York City up under martial law.
Okay.
They
Okay.
had the sleeper cells popping up all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
You need to check it out if you haven't seen it.
They had the movie Salt with Angelina Jolie. She was a sleeper cell, you know, and they caused a false flag, you know, blamed it on her, you know. So they show you. Yeah, it's called Siege, right?
Yeah,
Come on, bro. Read that second Ezra 8:50.
this is
Were you reading anything, or you got something real? You want to
I
got a
got
quick
the
one?
Revelations 22 and I got the Amos 5 and 18.
Okay, come on. Let's read this one more time, and then we'll get that Revelation 22. I think it's verse 9. And then we'll,
Verse 7.
still not the sayings. Get the one where it says still not the prophecies. I think it's
Oh, yeah, that's 9, but
Yeah.
you know, you can start at 7
if
though.
you want to. You know, if you want to. Go ahead.
the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 8 and verse 50. For many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride.
That's right. So pride is when one departed from his maker. So what do you expect? You're rebelling against a man of war. You know, the Lord of hosts. The Lord is a long time holding his peace. He has been still and refrained himself. Now will he cry as a travailing woman? He's gonna destroy and devour at once. The Lord is tired of you nations down here upon the earth. And you rebellious shit. You realize how low level you are? Do people realize how low level they are? How low level man really is? Even when you deal with these comic books characters, you know, they'll make it today and show a man, but when those are gods, and even low level gods. What do you think the creator can really do? Yeah, everything you see is created by something. It was the Heavenly Father, and you're just we're peanuts to what those bodies that we're going to receive, Lord's willing, the sons of God. This even 1,000 years ago, how low level Jacob's fallen. You know, the earth is waxing weaker and weaker through age, and people are the most proud in these times because of their inventions, because of what AI can do. It's not, you can't do it. What makes you great? Go ahead. I'm sorry. Wherever you are. You have the Revelation 22, the 9.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 22 and verse 9. Then saith he unto me, see thou do it not, for I am thy fellow servant, and of the brethren the prophets, and of them which keep the sayings of this book.
Keep going.
Worship the Most High. And he saith unto me, seal not the sayings of the prophecy of this book.
That's right. Worship Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai. How do you do that? By not sealing these dark sayings, by actually bringing them out. That's how you worship Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai. You know, letting your light shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven. Because we're at the end of the world, right? This society isn't going to get any better, right? Babylon the Great cannot be healed. Go ahead.
Revelations 22 and 10. And he saith unto me, seal not the sayings of the prophecy of this book, for the time is at hand.
For the time is at hand. This is when the Heavenly Father wants to usher in the kingdom, wants to usher in Yahweh Shai. Now is the time for Yahweh Shai to receive his throne. Right? All things were created by him and for him. And so the prophecy came not in the old time by the will of man, but holy men spake as they were moved by the Holy Spirit. These words were inspired, right? The inspiration of the Most High. There's a clip. I can't remember the actor's name. Woody Harrison. No, I think it's Woody. It might be Woody Harrison. It don't really matter. The clip is he's in front of he's in an auditorium. He's teaching a class in college or whatever, and he says, "What do you see on the screen?" It was a brick. And it went into how a brick inspires to be more, right? And the Lord, through His inspiration, has made us more, right? Yahweh is making you see this low-level men can be made great into gods, right? Being cast down and being made into God. This is our comic book story, so to speak.
Revelations 22:11. He that is unjust, let him be unjust still. And he which is filthy, let him be filthy still.
He that is unjust, let him be unjust still. We're not trying to save everybody. The word quickens a man. So when you hear the word, or when you see the light, because a man may be known by his looks. So those who have the eyes to see can see your light. And through that, they could, consider their ways and repent to Yahweh Shema Shai. And the Lord deals with men in their minds. It's not us to say, we're not, we give you the instruction, and then the Lord sups with you. Right? The Most High giveth the increase. We're just here to plant the seeds. That's all we as men are out here to do. And the seeds that's planted in our minds, right? We're cultivating that. And and Lord's willing, it continues to grow. Go ahead.
And he which is filthy, let him be filthy still.
Mm-hmm.
And he that is righteous, let him be righteous still. And he that is holy, let him be holy still.
He that is righteous, let him be righteous still. He that is holy, let him be holy still. We weren't brought in this thing for wrath, but to obtain mercy. Many are called, but few are chosen. We've been called into this thing, right? And our mindset is to put on as the elect of Yahweh Shema Shai. Because what are you going to do when the devil comes down? What are you really going to do when sleazy, comes down? You're going to be through out here. When the Edomite, the sword of Yahweh Shema Shai, that's what the scripture says, deliver me from the, cast him down, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. The rod of the wicked shall not rest upon the righteous, least the righteous put forth his hand towards iniquity. And that's why iniquity is what? Sin upon sin. Through mercy, in the fear of the Lord, iniquity is purged, right? And by the fear of the Lord, men depart from evil. So these instructions teach a man how to really depart from the evils that are ahead. Because evil times are coming. You think things are bad now? You really haven't seen anything yet. You really haven't. Niggas still blasting their favorite song on the way to work. They still got their Black and Miles. They still living their best life. You haven't felt suffering yet. People don't know suffering yet. People don't know what it means to really suffer. But you will. You will. It's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power, right? That was it, or any more? Behold, I come quickly. Yeah, read that. Yep, that's a good one.
Revelations 20:22-12. And behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me, to give every man according as his work shall be.
And that's Yahweh Shai. I always like to mention this vision that this Northern Kingdom woman had. She had a vision of what? Of Yahweh Shai's return. And she was, I saw him, I saw his face, but he didn't look at me, and he was not smiling.
He said he wasn't happy.
He was not smiling. She was afraid. I mean, what do you expect? You see these, all these different movies of, you know, an angelic power coming to the earth. In the Edomite always saves the day. Are you kidding me? Do you think? How do you think man got here? Right? Give us can we get Job 24? And brothers and then we'll bring out a precept for the house.
This is the book of Job, chapter 20 and verse 4. Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon the earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment?
Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon the earth? You was placed down here. Man just think that was so great. That's why he's called the Ancient of Days. He's always been here. And the Father has power over the clay to make one vessel unto honor and one unto dishonor. Right? And we're hoping that the vessel's honor, you know, this is the life that they will be living. These are the actions, these are the works of faith that they will have here in these last days. Right? Consistent, right? Fearing Yahweh by Shema Shai. If you want to win, right? Go ahead.
Job 20 and 6. Though his excellency mount up to the heavens.
Bring your score again.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, you don't got to speak.
This is Job 20 and 4. Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon the earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment?
All these ancient, every kingdom that's come before the Edomite has always thought that they were going to reign forever. Has always thought that they were going to be the pinnacle of kingdom to never end. You know? Isn't that true? But what? Kingdoms die. You know? About 250 years. You know? And over there in the Middle East, you know, they have a saying, that's where kingdoms go to die. You know, and Esau Edom, that's because he don't have a right to that land. You know, he's in the land of uprightness, and he's not dealing justly down here upon the earth. And the Lord, he sees that, and the Heavenly Father is displeased that there is no equity in the earth. And that's what we're glorifying in, that we know the Most High, and that He's the power that loves to execute judgment in the earth. That's what we're glorifying in, right? So we know that this kingdom's gonna end. That it's gonna eventually be over, and we can see it circling the drain right now as we speak. And you people are gonna continue to suffer. Any more? I think that was it. That was the point. Yeah. You had a precept? 5 and 18. Oh yeah, let's bring that out. Perfect.
Amos 5 and 18. Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. To what end is it for you?
It says, woe unto you that desire the day of Yahweh by Shema Shai. You know, so you desire the day of the Lord, but what are you really doing to prepare for the day of the Lord? You know, what are you really doing to prepare yourself to meet your Maker? You know, because that's the spirit that our people were in ancient Egypt. You know, Moses, we don't want to deal with you. We want to speak to the Lord. So here it is. The Lord's about to come back in His majesty and His glory. He's about to shake things up before He comes. Right? He's going to, in the day that great earthquake, the thermonuclear destruction, but before that, all type of plagues are going to be poured upon Egypt, just as it was in the days before. And the Lord is putting us into remembrance, though He saved the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt, afterward He destroyed those that believe not. So He's going to destroy those that believe not before. Right? Beforehand. Right? And during the time of Jacob's trouble. Go ahead.
To what end is it for you?
Mm-hmm.
The day of the Lord is darkness and not light.
And that's what the end. When the day of the Lord comes for you, it's going to be a day of darkness and not light. Why? Because you have hated Him that rebuketh in the gate. You have a fourth him that speaketh uprightly. You know, Drewski got his orders to make the scoffing video, and then all the Israelite group just started pointing the finger at GMS. You know, just start coming out with wayward doctrine. The heathens can be saved. You know, and then Nate, you know, no, there ain't gonna be no heathens in the kingdom. You know, all these extremities. You know.
Yep, and that also shows you a lot of them other Israelite camps and groups, they go full when the pressure really get applied, because they're not gonna be able to handle the tension and the all eyes and fingers pointing at them, saying, you know, we a hate group, we religious extremists, we racist, this, that, and the third. You know, which is why they go try to find a way out, saying all the heathen nations can make it. Everybody can make it. You know, they go try to side. They go try to side with the people, and still try to be with the people instead of being on the other side of the fence.
What do they say? Get along get along, Israelites.
Yeah, they go try to get along.
Yes, scriptures say, "Why trimmest thou thy ways to seek love?
Yeah.
Thou hast even taught the wicked ones thy ways." You know, Jacob is trimming their ways to seek the love of the world. You know, who shall bemoan thee, O Jerusalem? You know, who shall ask how thou doest? You know, all thy enemies have puffed at thee. You know, these nations don't care about us. These niggas got the you know, why not? Okay, all this AI technology, why not start building? They have AI that can build homes, right? Why aren't they building, you know, houses? But because they want people stacked on top of each other. They want people in apartments. You know?
And the scripts tell us the world is supposed to hate us. I mean, we supposed to be disliked. We supposed to be hated. We dwell amongst scorpions.
Yep. And we're preaching the end. We're condemning this world.
Yeah.
All they that hateth the light, they neither came to the light. Or at least their deeds which shall be reproved. People don't like correction. You know, you got something? Yeah, bring it up, bro.
This is the book of 1 Peter, chapter 4, and verse 14. It reads, if ye be reproached for the name of Hamashiach, happy are ye, for the spirit of glory and of the Most High Yahweh resteth upon you.
Yeah, happy are ye. That's a token. That's a sign that the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shah is resting upon you. That is the sign. That's how you know you win it. Isn't that crazy?
This even a saying in the world. They say if you ain't got no haters, you ain't
you ain't winning.
Yeah, you ain't got no haters, you ain't winning.
Yeah.
You ain't got no haters, you ain't popping.
You're always gonna have subtractors. You're always gonna have subtractors. But who cares? You know, that's our mindset. All these guys, a nigga in the car is saying, Noah was a drunk. You know, but niggas was drowned but people actually died. Yeah. The flood actually happened. And he got delivered. What are you talking about?
Right.
Since when? So you're just saying a drunk man just got on the boat.
Right.
Come on, bro. And he said that man, these TikTokers, you're a TikToker. Isn't that crazy? You're a gamer. See, what we do, you know, our actions define us who we are. And we're the servants of Yahweh by Shema Shah. We're the servants of the Most High God that created the heavens and the earth. And that's why we're up here building. You know? And what we got going on don't discern a lot of wicked Israelites. You know, the 2/3, this don't discern you what we're doing up here. Just know that your judgment is coming, right? But to take part in the building, nah, you can't come in. You know? go to the sellers and buy. Go to your false leaders and teachers and see if they got any oil left for you. Any more?
1 Peter 4:14. If ye be reproached for the name of Mashiach, happy are ye, for the spirit of glory and of the Most High Yahweh resteth upon you. On their part he is evil spoken of, but on your part he is glorified.
That's right. Yahweh by Shema Vashai has us doing a mighty work out here, and we're glorifying his name. We're glorifying the names of Yahweh by Shema Vashai. We want the kingdom to come in. We want this world to be over with.
Dude over there taking pictures of us.
We're a spectacle. People, I've never seen this before because it's been what's it, blacklisted? Where are the purple guys? Where are the guys? Are you guys the same the guys in purple, the same as these guys? People really don't know what is going on. They just see it.
He was just over there snapping pictures of us with a fancy ass camera.
Because people it's just when the Israelites come on their lives, it's just another swipe up. Those just regular. Oh, that's just a swipe. But inquiring minds want to know.
What the fuck is going on?
Yeah, and if you listen, right? That's why they have eyes, but they see not, but the ears and they hear not. And how long, O Lord, till the cities be wasted without inhabitants? You got something, bro? Yeah, I see you.
Yeah,
flicker.
Revelation 1 and 3. I just always had some.
Okay. Well, did we finish that Amos 5 and 18? We didn't finish that. Let's bring out this precept. No, we'll go back to Amos 5 and 18.
This is the book of Joel, chapter 2, and verse 1.
And then we'll get Revelation.
Blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand.
That's right. We're blowing the trumpet in Zion. Right? Zion is the Hebrew word Tazayawan, which is a monument. Right? So can the brother actually look that scripture up on Kashaw and get the Hebrew word for Tazayawan? Because I know it says monument. We always bring that out, but it also says something else as well. Read it again now.
This is Joel 2 and 1.
Joel 2 and 1.
Blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That was it. Brother got it? Definition? See, you got it? It's like I don't have my own.
I'll put up a
Yeah. It's Joel chapter 2 verse 1. Brother's like, he already beat me in the race, I'm just gonna cop out. It's Zion.
Okay.
You don't got, it's not,
Yeah.
but it's fine, just read the definition.
Okay, it says,
it says a parched place. What's the
Yeah.
second definition?
another name for Jerusalem, especially in the prophetic books.
Yep, another name for Jerusalem. Can you look up that definition for parched place now? But you could have just copied and pasted it. But it's fine. That's why the young brother's supposed to be on it, Go ahead, brother. Y'all brothers tech savvy with the phones. Y'all gotta be on it,
This is the definition.
I don't even know how to use my
Google.
phone no more. Yeah, that's perfect, brother.
This is the definition of parched place, and it says dried out because of too much heat and not enough rain.
It's fine. Look it up in like the online etymology.
Shit, dying of thirst.
Yeah. So we're blowing the trumpet in Zion. Which really, so Zion is the Hebrew word to Zion, which means a monument, right? So we're supposed to. Can brother look at the definition for monument? Yeah, let's see.
Okay, this is the Edom Online for monument. It says a sepulcher, a grave, tomb, monument, memorial structure.
A memorial structure. A memorial is, to put things into remembrance. So we're supposed to be a memorial down here upon the earth. You know, of that the Heavenly Father, that He exists, that He is. Right? And we are to be. Right? He is, and we are to be. Right? Down here upon the earth, walking in His ways. Right? And following His instructions. Right? Is that not our purpose? And we're supposed to show the nations on how to be down here upon the earth.
There's another one. This says any enduring evidence or example.
An enduring evidence. Right? And so this is going to endure forever. It's going to be the evidence that the Most High, that He lift up His hands to heaven, He lives forever. That He's omnipotent, the omnipotent. That He is the Most High. Right? So that's what's being built down here upon the earth. And we're blowing the trumpet in Zion, letting you know this is what we're building. This is who you really are. And Jake has forgotten. We have forgotten who we are. And we're to put you back in that remembrance how great of a people the Heavenly Father has chosen us to be in the world to come. Finish that out though. That was it. That was good. Did you have a good one?
Yeah.
All right, bring it out.
Okay. This is a definition of monument. I got two of them. One says a statue, building, or other structure erected to commemorate a famous or notable person or event. Huh?
You know, a statue. You know, and a statue is a sign, right? So we are, so we're going to be that sign in the earth. Any more?
And a building, structure, or site that is of historical importance or interest.
That's right, of a historical, these are the sons of God that have always been here, down here upon the earth. When in 1,000 generations, this is the standard of life. This is it. This is how we've always lived. And we are eternally grateful. These nations are going to be so happy, and after 1,000 years, after that first 1,000 years, because you got a lot of work to do. This house is a mess. You got a lot of work to do. So you got to work. But we ain't gonna be destroying our slaves. You see that? They gotta fix the water, the food. Then they're gonna be nice and strong.
I say, yeah.
Because
we ain't gonna feed them poison.
Clean food.
Yeah, this the kingdom of heaven. We ain't gonna be sparing our food with chemicals and poisons.
Because a kingdom's power is the labor force in the military army.
All the way down to the bottom.
So the military presence, you can't mess with us, right? In our labor force, we're gonna build that thing up. That rod of iron. The double straights. You're gonna receive double. Man.
It's even like that in those games, those mobile games where you have to build your kingdom up. You start with building your what do you call it? The people up first, and you got to put
farmers,
farmers,
warehouse.
Yeah, we ain't had no warehouses.
Well, yeah.
Niggas, they be working in the fields. They gonna be out in the fields working. You gotta toil the earth. A warehouse. What's being built in the warehouse? Cars, BS, junk.
So I think the earth is actually gonna bear its fruit again, and it's gonna be plenteous.
Hey, look, they're gonna be an Edomite, or they're gonna be a Moabite. He's gonna try to steal our gold. We're gonna have to judge him. We're gonna have to jack him up. Where's that gold? You're gonna be made an example of. And it's gonna call. We're gonna Thanos snap him, bro.
And speaking of Moab, the scripts say Moab will be a wash spot. And hands and feet. And as we know, Moab makes a large percentage of the earth.
Yeah.
It's a lot. It's a lot of. It's a lot of Moabites.
Bro,
a lot.
There's a lot of heathen nations. The Lord
Yeah.
got a lot of people because not everybody's gonna be destroyed.
Yeah.
He don't really got the push power to really take over the earth like that. You know, it's gonna be too much for him.
It's too much.
He can have a small little island where he's chilling. You know, that's why he's gonna that's why he's gonna really go in the bunkers. He's just gonna wait this thing out. But let's go back to Amos 5 and 18. Where were you reading here? Any more? Okay, God. Yeah, I'm gonna keep talking. Oh, your verse, you can bring it out.
Okay, Con, this is Joel 2 and 2. A day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people.
Yep, a day of darkness and of gloominess. You know, like, you know, there's this storm over here in the Midwest, Midwest for us, right? It's coming over here to the East Coast. You know, I was like, where's the sun been at? You know? But your thoughts don't control the rain. You know? This is the condition of the battle. You know? When it gets even darker out here, you're going to still have to maintain your integrity in Yahweh Shemau Shai. You know? It is what it is. We're in the belly of the beast. We're at the end of days. And we're men down here upon the earth, but we got a heavenly power backing us. So we're if you've seen how mighty we are in the spirit, guardian angels around us, they're more that be with us than they're be with them. And man, when they rolled up upon Elisha, they thought they was deep. You know? No, the heavenly hosts. Look how deep they are. You know, look at that the power.
Rain down hellfire, right?
That was Elijah. Yeah, but Elijah called fire down from heaven. You had that movie Nope. N-O-P-E.
Yeah.
You know, with the
Get Out.
The dude from Get Out, that craft, that you know.
Blended in with the clouds.
And that was just one of them. It was a little bugged out at the end, you know, when he turned into the big monster. But when he was a flying saucer, you know, now that was, you know. And the Lord gonna come with a lot more power than that. Come on, man.
Remember that we got the example of what one angel did during the time of King David. When he killed tens of thousands of people in a few days.
I think it was 70,000.
Yeah.
I think it was like
70,000 in like 2 or 3 days.
in no time.
Yeah.
You know?
Lord had to say, all right, that's enough.
That's enough.
Yeah.
Yep. The angels can bring plagues down this earth like it ain't nothing, bro.
Didn't it say one angel could destroy the world?
Yeah, but that's if the Lord gave the order for it, you know. The Lord could endow his angels with unlimited power. You know, but Yahweh Shai, you know, is gonna come. Right? The men in black, these niggas, they think they gonna stop, you know? Come on, bro. Are you serious? The men in black are gonna save the day.
Right.
Come on, bro. All right, let's get that Amos 5 and 18 after we get this. Joel 2 and 2.
This is Joel 2 and 2. A day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and a strong, there have not been ever the like.
Yep, and this is talking about the nuclear missiles. So nuclear missiles, man, when they come, it's never gonna be a day like it, bro. It's never been that bad. You know, because in ancient times, if you had a war, even right now, what's going on in, you know, the Middle East, you know, is that really affecting us? It is, but not to the levels affecting them, right? So when this day happens, the earth is gonna reel to and fro like a drunkard. So it's gonna affect everyone. Everyone is gonna feel the pressure of Yahweh Shemau Shai. You know? Hey, what do you think is happening to those ship merchants? You know, when they see the smoke of Yahweh burning, you know, wherever they are in the earth, you know, they're gonna see Babylon burning. Isn't that crazy? from these nations are literally gonna, when they see the fire, they're like, oh my gosh, that's Babylon. You know, that's America. It really did happen. That it's, you know, every eye shall see him. You know, even those which pierced him. Go ahead, bro.
Neither shall be any more after it, even to the years of many generations.
Even to the year of many generations. You know? So, when these, and this is going to be the war, the end all war, the third woe. The war to end all wars. You know? And we're happy as we're grateful. You know, peace. Now after this 1,000 years, peace is finally coming. Now peace can finally begin. The era of peace. Because what did Trump say? This was the golden era. Oh, and, you know, I'm brothers who are in the anime. There was a show called Berserk, and in that the season that it's the golden age. Everyone's living, wars going on, and then it gets super dark. And, you know, the time of trouble comes. Now, the man who's, whether you've been a warrior the whole time, really kicks in. You know, that's the time you gotta be strong. So we are in the golden age of America, and it turns very dark. You see? Yeah. Do you want to hop in, or?
What do you want to speak, you know?
But let's finish Amos 5 and 18. I'll step down.
This is to
Brother
finish
wants to speak,
off.
or whatever. We just keep flowing.
Amos chapter 5, verse 18.
Okay.
Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. To what end is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light. As if a man did flee from a lion, and the bear met him.
You want to know how the day of the Lord is going to be? It's going to be as if a man did flee from a lion and a bear met you. If you were in the street, you versus the lion. You know, let's say the city is empty. It's just you and the lion, and you'll be running for your life. You think that lion is going to stop the hunt? No, you're his food. You're the prey. He's not going to stop the hunt. He's going to continue to attack and attack and attack. Right? And whoa, you flee the lion, you got away from the lion. You might hit into a building. In a bear, you met a bear.
Bear.
The bear is right there. Isn't that crazy? So you can't go back outside because the lion is still there. So you run into the house, the bear is there. Oh man, it's over.
Cook.
You know, it's a saying called pick your poison.
Pick your poison.
You know, either way you're gonna go through it.
That's why the scriptures say, we're being judged now so that we're not judged with the world. Hey, Yahushua, when he was on his cross, he didn't take he took the bitters without any, he took the pain without any anesthesia. See? He went through it. So don't numb the pain. Really, the pain is the health. The healing is in the pain. The bitters you eat, you know, when you go into the sauna, that heat you feel, you know, the cold plunges, that cold, right? Just dealing with the logistics things of the health, right? So how much more the spirit?
Remember what we just brought out earlier? For those that fear the Lord shall find favor in the day of death.
Right.
You know, we ain't gonna have. For those that fear the Lord, not gonna have to worry about fucking running from a bear, running from a lion, and a bear meeting them. You know?
Suffering for it.
You want to bring it up?
Finish.
Oh, okay. No, bring it out. You already got it. No, yeah. Okay, finish. Okay, go ahead.
As if a man did flee from a lion, and a bear met him, or went into the house, and leaned his hand on the wall, and the serpent bit him.
And what is that? It says he went to the house, so now he's found a place to come to rest. And you walked up on a serpent. A serpent, while you were resting, while you were on the ground, you know, kind of catching your breath, maybe closing your eyes for a little bit.
Smiling.
I made it. A serpent crept up on you. You know? A serpent crept up on you, you know? And he got you. And now it's a slow poison. And he bit you. And that's our people that gonna trust in this system, man. It's gonna be too much. The serpent, he been watching you the whole time. The serpent has been following you. The serpent was in the cup when the lion was hunting you. When you met the bear, the serpent was there. And now that you finally caught your breath, right. He done caught up to you. Right. Oh man, there ain't no escape.
Shall not the day of the Lord be darkness and not light, even very dark and no brightness in it?
No brightness in it, man. You ain't gonna have no, you know, the light bulb turn on when you're having a bad day. I'm gonna do this. This is the way. I'm gonna think my way out of this. You're not gonna be able to think your way out of this. Right. Any more on that, brother? John. So it's not the day of the Lord be darkness and no light and no brightness in it. No brightness in it. But it's going to be bright for those who are the children of the light. Yeah. Man, the children, we got our oil in our lamps. It's dark out here, ain't it? We like this with our lamps. Walking down the path. And it's a path less traveled on. Y'all niggas chose the group. And now it got dark. Y'all stumbling over each other, fighting each other. Now we show this path right here. Oh man. Alright. And brothers working together, you know? That's why you have class. You know, iron sharpeneth iron. You know, there may be no schisms amongst the body. Yeah. You know? Well, we're a well-oiled machine up in here. You know, great minds think alike. Can two walk together unless they be agreed?
You know, you made a statement. You said about our people trusting in this place.
Mm-hmm.
You know, with trusting in this place comes wickedness, man. You know, it takes wickedness to trust in this place. And that's what's put before you. Your faith is being, I guess, elevated with wickedness in this place, man. So when you go down to Egypt for help, you know, you're trusting in wickedness, man. Mm-hmm. And you're going to be judged. Like you was going into, there's going to be we're all going to be suffering. There's going to be a judgment for whether you do good or whether you do evil, whatever the case may be. It's going to be a judgment set.
Yeah, can brother get 2 Ezra 7 and 18? That goes right into what his brother's saying.
I got something real quick.
Bring it out.
Ecclesiastes 12 and 14. For God shall bring every work to judgment with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil.
Yeah. You know, such a man only feareth the eyes of men, right? And knoweth not that the eyes of the Lord 10,000 times brighter than the sun. The eyes of the Lord are so bright that they can see what's in your mind. You know, not only what you do, but what you think.
Right.
You know, the secrets of men. You know, in every work. You know, because the Lord saw your reasoning behind your actions. So he was intentional. He wanted to do that evil. He didn't try to fight it.
Right.
You know? So every work is going to be brought into judgment. With every little secret thing, the things that you think even men haven't seen. Right? The scoffing, the scorn that you do, you know, hiding behind your avatar. Now the Lord knows, the Lord got your number. Any more?
That was it.
Yeah.
This is 2 Ezra chapter 7, verse 18. Nevertheless, the righteous shall suffer straight things, and hope for why?
Yep, so we shall suffer, you know, straight things. So straight is a path of difficulty, right? So as we're on the path that leadeth onto life, if we have entered into the straight gate, on our way to the kingdom of heaven, a pilgrim, right? You know, a pilgrim, right, is a man, you know, on his way to a holy place. He's going from a traveler. You know, we don't belong to this world. You know, as we're suffering for the straight things, right? We have hope. We have an expectation that we're through hope we are saved, right? So we're out here, you know, serving Yahweh by Shema Shai to the best of our ability, knowing that what we're doing leads to the end, you know, a reward. Go ahead, brother.
For they that have done wickedly have suffered the straight things, and yet shall not see the wide.
The wide is the kingdom of heaven. And why did they suffer the straight things? Because they didn't follow instruction. Well, I got it. You know, children left to themselves. You know, they have become very willful down here upon the planet Earth. You know, you are your father the devil, and the lust of your father, what do you do? He was a murderer from the beginning, in the bold, not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. And you're just like him. You're cut of the same cloth. You didn't want to repent. You didn't want to turn back. You didn't want to become a new creature. You know, you didn't see any value of this truth. You know, and that's why you suffer the straight things. You know, and that's why you're not going to see the wide.
Right. And he said unto me, there is no judge above Yahweh, and none that hath understanding above the highest.
That's right. There is no judge above the Most High. So who are we to question the Lord? Who are we to ask the Lord? What are you? Why? You know, it says, why is he then yet fought? You know, for who has resisted his will? You see, that's not the spirit we're in, but nay, O man, who are thou that repliest against the Most High? Shall the thing formed say to him that formed it, ye have no understanding?
Yep.
You know, that's the spirit that our people are in. That's the spirit that the earth is in. You know, starting with Sleazy E. You know, these other nations, they all in that spirit. You know, in the 50 years, it's just like, you know, man, 50 years, you know, well, we got money. We are in the last days of America, the last days, you know, and one day to the Heavenly Father is 1,000 years, so we're in His time, but we're still, it's days away. That spirit of years, you know, when we get the 1,000 years, you guys get days, you know. Go ahead, brother. I'm sorry. Verse 20.
Yeah, verse 20.
Mm-hmm.
For there be many that perish in this life, because they despise the law of Yahweh that is set before them.
So many is the multitude. Many is the majority. The majority of the people that are walking upon the earth because they despise the law of Yahweh by Shema Shai, you know, are going to be caught in the famines. They're going to be caught in the civil unrest. You know, those that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. So you think you kind of cozy the way because you got some supplies, right? And what are the rich buying? The rich are out here buying help. You know, some are buying armies. They're building bunkers in the middle of nowhere. You know, why do you think they keep pushing everybody out? You know, they want those lands. They want to build. You know, and you know they got a lot being built here.
Verse 21. For Yahweh hath given straight commandment to such as came, what they should do to live, even as they came, and what they should observe to avoid punishment.
So the Heavenly Father, thou knewest that He was an austere man. The Lord is a strict man. He gave strict commandments. Do this or do it or die. You know, and when I get done, when I get back, it better be done. That's the spirit the Heavenly Father is in. Because a king with all these resources, when he tells an advisor, get this done, they do it. Right? So those who are not doing it, well, you're going to be replaced. There's no usefulness for you have no usefulness for His Majesty. Right?
Everything. He saw that dude pancakes with a spoon and not a fork.
With a spoon.
That's what he's doing in the earth, man. That mindset. I mean, you could do it, but I mean.
Yeah, I don't know. That's crazy. Mike, you got this up?
Yeah, Isaiah 30.
Yeah, bring it up, brother.
This is Isaiah chapter 30. I read 12 and 13. Isaiah 30, verse 12. Wherefore, thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because he despised his word and trust in oppression and perverseness and stay thereon.
Wow, they trust in oppression and they love the perverseness that comes with this, with their way of life, right? And they stay upon, they lean upon it. This is why they're alive. They love. Jake loves this, man. If they don't love it, they will be out here. If they didn't love it, they would be out here. Jake loves this world. People love this world. They love the glitz, the glamour, the cars. They love the pride of life. You know, this world is filled with the pride of life. What is there to be proud about? You got stomach issues. You got brain fog. You can't remember anything. You stinking up the bathroom.
Yeah, you can't shit properly.
You're constipated. You got all type of aches and pains in your body.
You got diabetes, high blood pressure.
Diabetes, high blood pressure. You're losing your hair. You know? You're through. You're so weak. You got cracks in your body. You got aches. What are you so proud about?
If you got people in their 20s getting gray hair.
You're eating fake food. Your food is not real. Your food is not real. NASA been done GMO'd it up. They took all the they said, you know what? We could make fake food for us, and you know, but they realized it wasn't good. So they said, you know what? We're gonna give them all the fake food, and the real food we're gonna take for ourselves.
We always bring it out. The people are like Cypher from the Matrix.
Yeah, the Cypher from the Matrix, the steak.
Yeah.
You know?
People know. Everything they eat is, you know, jacked up, but hey, they're addicted to it. Chemicals, things of that nature. You know?
Man, it's crazy.
And it's sad to say, just like they say, like, where's all this meat coming from?
Where's all the meat from McDonald's coming from?
Like meat, like it's, bruh,
These niggas don't
McDonald's,
run out.
Burger King, Bojangles, like it's
They told you.
It's everywhere.
It's coming from the lab. Yeah, it's coming from the lab.
What's that, Campbell soup?
Yeah.
Yeah, I seen that. Yeah, they say they
So
said it was all lab created.
Oh wait, guys, that's just a one case scenario. It only happened. That's the only one. You know, that's the only one. Are you kidding me? It's been like that. It's been this way. Oh, those Snowpiercer, the movie Snowpiercer, the black bars.
Yup.
That's what you've been eating the whole time. And that's why we just, you know, we're Neo in the Matrix. What is this? I don't know, but it has my daily nutrients. What is it? It has my daily nutrients, and we're just, as long as it's suffice, and as long as it sufficient us, it gives us strength, and we don't gotta really ask what's in it, because we're on a bigger mission. Once this is over, it's over. You know? Jake just come in and they be like, oh, I can't eat this. I can't eat, man. Just,
It's all defiled.
it's all messed up. You know, you just gotta pray.
You can't even go to the Whole Food section. That's fucking defiled too. Your cabbage is plastic.
Oh, I saw a video. You know, we'll get back to the scriptures, but I saw a video with at the grocery store. They had mold underneath, like those sprayers that are just spraying your food. Underneath your food, those pallets are full of mold.
Hey, watch what you pick up in the store. So I was in the store earlier. I got some popcorn, and the bag I picked up had like August of this year.
Oh wow, it's expired.
I did went to another bag, same thing. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? I had to dig through the back to find, up to
Best
date.
by August, bro.
Yeah, they put all the,
Yeah.
you know.
Babylon's slowing down, bro. The grinding is ceasing.
Yeah.
And that's how we know. Okay, we want to get Isaiah 47. Were you done, Mike? Finish it out though. I'm sorry. You can start from the top. Start where you were.
We finished 12.
Okay, sure.
Is Isaiah 30 and verse 13. It says, therefore this iniquity
I got it.
shall be to you as a breach ready to fall, swelling in at a high wall, whose breaking coming forth suddenly at an instant.
Oh man, you ever see like a clip where there's a great flood happening? You inside your house, you see the water coming. Man, once it comes, it's over. You should escape to the high grounds.
New Orleans.
New Orleans.
Western part of the state, they had those 911 calls.
Yeah.
People calling saying that the water's up to their neck.
Hey, when you see Jerusalem compassed about with armies, flee ye to the mountains. Leave it all behind. I've never been to the mountains. I don't know how to survive out there. Well, only believe. So when that judgment comes, man, there ain't gonna be no escape. It comes suddenly when you least expect it, in a moment. Once you see it, when it pops up happy, that's the same moment it's gonna hit. Man. And the Isaiah 47.
Yeah. So Isaiah 47 and 1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground, there is no throne, or daughter of the Chaldeans.
Sit in the dust. Be brought low. Be brought to a state of mourning and confusion. Oh, virgin daughter of Babylon. Y'all ain't really felt nothing. Y'all been the hammer of the earth abominations. Bringing all type of war. Genocide towards people. Experimenting on people. Now it's time for you to sit in the dust. This was the golden city. The golden cup in the Lord's hand. And America used to be cool. But look how far Babylon is falling. Nobody's traveling anymore. People are broke. There was a statistics that Scott Besson, the head of the Treasury, said. He said, for 1 year, in the span of 1 year, we went from the country that was taking the most trips to out of the, I think it was to like England or something, right? We went from the country that went taking the most vacations, leaving the country, living our best lives, to the country to the highest numbers of working families going down to food shelters asking for food just in the span of 1 year. Those numbers shot up, showing you that wealth in how quick a year has gone. We're already in December. Well, man. So sit on the ground. Time is being sped up. Yeah, brother.
It says, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate.
Thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. All thy lovers are turning against thee. These nations, hey, they looking at America. Man, this place is through. And they know. They're plotting against you. It's not gonna work. They're gonna be calling you in. They have their own plans.
It's like a hole in the neighborhood, man. Or a hole in the high school, hole in the city. They done fucking screwed everybody over. They gotta leave town now. They gotta get out of Dodge and try to put that, that new scheme on someone else.
Yep. This is the only game in town. What we got going on. We all in. We sitting at the table. We all in. Chips are when the chips are down. We all in. Yep. And it's gonna hit. Our faith is gonna a great reward is gonna come. The scriptures say, through alms You know, alms to save thee from death.
Yep.
You know, better is a little with righteousness than much with great wickedness. You know? You got it, brother.
What was that dude? You're done.
You are done. Yeah, you are done. Man, this watch. This watch, brother. This watch is different.
Right. It says Isaiah 47:2 says, take the millstone and grind mill, uncover thy locks, make bare thy leg, uncover thy thighs, pass over the rivers.
So everything is being exposed. Like, wait a minute. Everybody has finally sat down, and now they're looking at the shit show that America truly is. Babylon, you know, everybody's finally sitting down and seeing the crap fest America really is. How the world is just like done. I saw this clip. People be bugged out. You know, it was people dressed up in alien costumes. It's like, hey, I'm human. Of course I hate my life. You know, I don't ever leave my house. You know, I'm human. Of course I don't know what's going on in society. You know, I don't look anything up. Showing you how dumb everyone is. And the aliens are just laughing at the humans, making fun of them. It was a skit of aliens making fun of humans because they can't figure it out. The aliens just watching everything going on. You can't figure it out. And this place is bugged out. You got it, brother.
Yep. Isaiah 47:3, thy nakedness shall be uncovered. Yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man.
So the Lord's like, what the hell is going on down there upon the earth?
It's madness down there.
It's madness down there. The Lord was like, the angel was like, get them out of this city. And the Lord's about to destroy this place. So, and the Lord can't destroy this place until he comes back for his elect. So that's where the hope is. You know, as this place just keeps waxing worse and worse, we know the Lord is coming. The Lord's almost he's about to come back. Because it can't get much worse than this.
Yeah, you gotta remember to stay focused because every day Satan's looking to sift us out of here, man.
Every day.
You know?
This is a never-ending battle. You must bear the burden of being a warrior every hour of the day. Now, not just sometimes. No, because we're already at the front lines. We're already fighting the dragon. You see?
Yeah, so it's also could be a war within. You know, dealing with thoughts. You know, you might get a thought that fucking came out of nowhere, and you be like, where the fuck did that come from?
Yeah, that's why you gotta speak life in these days.
Yeah.
You speak life by doing the work. You know, this is us speaking life. You see?
Yeah, because like we just mentioned, you know, we battling against principalities, you know, spirits, demons, you know, and then on top of that, you fighting your flesh, you fighting yourself.
Yep. Even the food at the grocery stores, you gotta be careful what you buy, because you can invite a demon into your house. You know?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Hey,
man.
speaking of that, I was at the register the other day, and the Jake, you know how Jake is amongst each other. They'll speak to these heathens. Hey, how you doing? Then when it's time for you to step up to the register, ice grilling you. Dude took my snacks and threw them to the side, and then scanned like my other stuff. I forgot what else I had gotten. That shit pissed me the fuck off. I said, no, he got a demon on him. Why am I going? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro. We're not of this world, bro.
Exactly.
At any moment, at any time, any one of these people can turn into an agent. Yeah. You gotta know that.
The Matrix.
Satan is not your. These people are not. We are not alike. These people are not our friends.
Right.
You got the brotherhood. Right.
You even got to be careful with your loved ones or your old lady or.
Oh, they're the weaker brothers.
Yeah, you know, like, cause they're blink of an eye, they're switching upon you. You don't know what the fuck happened.
Yeah, the brother got precept.
Now, this is the book of Nahum, chapter 2, and Nahum 3 and 4. Because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcrafts, that selleth nations through her whoredoms and families through her witchcrafts.
Somebody, can you stick on it, bro?
Wait, come on. This is Nahum 3 and 4. Because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot,
which is who? So-called America. We just read Isaiah 47 chapter. That whole chapter is about the virgin daughter of Babylon being so-called America, right? The well-favored harlot. America could get away with everything, man. Murder, genocide, right? Theft, robbery, you know, in the name of democracy, in the name of, you know, so-called America. You know, the nations let it slide, man. Going in, you know, walking your trap, taking over your trap. You know, but that's what so-called America was all about, man. Walk up in your area and take it and take your shit, man. You know, so because of the, you know, the multitude of the whoredoms, right? Right on schedule, right? Jake finally started talking. Just wait for the passage. Oh, you got it. Just read one more time.
okay, come on. Nahum 3 and 4, because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcrafts,
Babylon the Great, so-called America, Revelation 17 chapter, go ahead.
that selleth nations through her whoredoms, and families through her witchcrafts.
Yep, because that's what this devil is all about, man. Witchcraft, which is really rebellion. You know, the rebellion of Yahweh Basham Shah and his creation, his authority, man. His rules, his regulations, man. You know, he rebels against that, man. So much so he wants to, you know, not only, you know, make himself a god, he wants to be above the Most High, man. You know, with his technology and his pseudo and weirdo psychology and backwards mind, this is what he wants to do, man. So the Lord's ultimately intervening this because, right? This is a cause, right, of what you affected on the earth, man, because of your wickedness. Go ahead.
Hey, Bubba, chop him back real fast. Earlier in the week, I saw an article where Ishmael and his son they offed their his sister and his daughter because she wanted to take off her.
They call it an honor killing, right?
Yeah, you know, and now they're behind bars. But that's what happens. You got it.
Yeah, they said because she was trying to live a westernized.
Exactly. You see it?
Yeah.
Yep.
When you say it, you'll say, "Damn, that's harsh," but you know, when wickedness gets loose, that's what happens, man.
Yeah.
And it's perpetuated. You know, it's multiplied. It says, "When the vilest men are upon earth," if you're paraphrasing, how's it go?
The wicked walk on every side when the vilest men are exalted in the earth.
You know, so one sinner does enough damage. So imagine a whole city of them.
Right.
You know, ran by, you know, the man of sin, man. So again, this is why the Lord's coming to judge this place. That's why this place is being exposed. And think about how quick so-called America came into power, how quickly it's fallen out of power, man. So-called America does not age well, man. It's not aging well. Like a woman, you know, a woman, once she gets past that certain age, man, it's all downhill, man. You know?
Especially a harlot.
Yep, the smells and all the stuff that she done, man, it's gonna show forth. I'll keep reading.
Yep. Verse 5, behold, I am against thee, saith the Lord of hosts, and I will discover thy skirts upon thy face.
Yep. Oh, but God bless America, right? That's not what the scriptures say, man.
Right.
The Lord cursed this place, right? And again, these things were written aforetime before I learned it. This is going into the time. This is Nehemiah. Is Nineveh. You know, in the time of Assyria, right? So Nineveh was a wicked ass city, man. And you notice how a lot of those guys, especially around that Neo-Babylonian Empire time, are back here today, man. Saturn worship, you know, worshiping of Saturn, right? You read about that, the star of Molech, their god, man, right? The golden age, these key terms are going into Saturn worship,
Bring
man.
them back.
You know, Saturnalia, right? Well, that's the time we're in right now, man.
Yep.
What you call so-called Christmas.
Yep.
About to come into Janus for the new year.
Yep. So all the witchcraft, all the sorcery, all this left inside demonic activity, man. The Lord said, I'm against you, man. You know, what verse you at? I'll finish it.
And I will show the nations thy nakedness, and the kingdoms thy shame.
Yep. If you want it, you go ahead. You want it?
I mean, it's flowing in spirit. You know?
Yeah, just finish. I'll read it again, and then I'll let you go.
All right, Con. This is Nahum 3 and 5. Behold, I am against thee, saith the Lord of hosts.
So where's the God? What's that? 144? Huh. Yeah. Yep. So where's this God bless America coming from, man? It's not coming from the Bible. It's not coming from the scriptures. You know? It's coming from the minds of these people, man. You know, these drones, these copper tops need to be put down, man. You got it?
Oh,
Yeah.
speak. I seen a bumper sticker. Matter of fact, I put in a post. It says "Make America Godly Again."
Yeah. I saw, I saw that. You know,
Like, damn.
well, it's happening through the prophets, man, through our apostles, and elders on down, man. It is, and it's gonna reign forever, man. This is the beginning of something that's gonna last forever. You got it.
And I will discover thy skirts upon thy face,
Yep.
and I will shew the nations thy nakedness.
And the nations are seeing it, man. They're like, ew, god damn, you know, we ain't getting down with this bitch. You know, I was about to go up in there and green pus is coming out. You know what I'm saying? You know, my women are out of order. You know, my economy's effed up. You know, I've been sold a lie. Going back to, what's that, Jeremiah 51, somebody can hold that on deck? You got it up.
And the kingdoms thy shame.
Mm-hmm.
And I will cast abominable filth upon thee.
And look, the kingdom's thy shame. Right? Shameful spewing shall be his glory. Look at how he got this place, man. You know? And all the nations played a part too, but Esau went overboard, man. Esau went overboard, man. And he's still going overboard. Going back to what he said, right? When Isaac was about to pass. When the days of mourning my father are at hand, then shall I slay my brother Jacob, man. And he's never taken his foot off the pedal. You got it.
Okay, verse 6. And I will cast abominable filth upon thee, and make thee vile, and will set thee as a gazing stock.
Yeah, man. Look at this bitch and what not to do. How not to be in the earth, man. Because the Lord getting ready to flame his ass up, man.
Yeah, but if you're able to get outside this Western echo chamber of news, you see around the world these nations despise so-called America, man. Look down, they hate so-called Americans, man. You know, and everything they stand for.
Hey, yo, me and Elder Hawaii was at the flea market one. It was during the summertime, and yeah, I don't know, he just popped up out of fucking nowhere. You and me and Hawaii like, yo, goddamn, where you come from? Might have been who knows, but he's a Edomite-looking dude, and he was like. He just popped. He's like, "Hey, you know the problem with America?"
Damn.
Like, he had a cigarette in his hand. He said, "You know the difference between Americans and people in Russia?" He was like, "What?" He was like, "Everybody in Russia knows that God is black and his people are black."
You randomly said that to you?
Just randomly, and he thought he was getting a ooh and ah from us. We know, you know what I'm saying? But like, you know, just the Americans don't know nothing, man. You know, the other nations know so much more than the average American, man.
Well, you had a Russian dude came up to the camp last year. We were still on the other side. He was telling about the icons and stuff like that.
Oh, Con.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't mean to cut you off, Mike.
No, that was it.
Con.
You know, this place being exposed, that's how you know it's going down the drain, man. So-called America, again, was the land of opportunity, man. And that being called tender and delicate. You come to America, you know, to do deals, do business, man.
Yep.
You know, it's a land of opportunity, man. American dream, all that's done away with, man.
Yeah.
We got people leaving the country by boatloads, man. You know, to find a better opportunity, which, you know, the whole system is all effed up.
Yeah.
No matter where you go, it's bad, you know. But again, going to so-called America, the nations, they're saying that they're in turmoil, they're catching hell on a whole other level compared to so-called America. You know, the squeeze is happening here, you feel it. But around the world, you know, especially in Europe, hey, they're feeling it, man. In the UK, you know, they're pushing these decrees, you know. They're getting ready to, you know, all the nations talking about civil war. You see uproars and uprisings, man.
Yep.
That's going to eventually spill over, man. You know, again, it's a sign of bad rulership, man.
And that's no new thing up under the sun, because those things happen prior to damn near every revolution that happened, man. You know, the people was uprising and fighting, man. But eventually they bended, you know? And this time it's going to be no different, but the only one's not going to bend is the elect. And that's a number you want to be a part of, man. Up with that on that?
Yes, sir.
Come on, get that Jeremiah, what I call for it?
51.
51 is, yeah, started, is it 6 or 7? 7?
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 51 and verse 7. Babylon have been a golden cup in the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahweh's hand that made all the earth drunken.
Yeah, so America has made all the earth drunken, man. All right, through their way of life, you know, their doctrine, their wine, their philosophies, their vain thoughts and opinions on how a nation should be ran, how the people should be ordered. Okay? Go ahead.
The nations have drunken of her wine,
Mm-hmm.
therefore the nations are mad.
Yeah, the nations are mad now. Why? Because prior to this Edomite, you know, selling them what fake dreams, hopes, and you know, projections of how their country would be if they listened to him. They're like, yo, this didn't go down well, man. All right? You bamboozled me, you've been slick talking me, and you haven't produced not one thing, man. You got economic hitmen come in there, tear up their economy. All right, they'll put Western women over there, right? You shouldn't take that. You know, they let the women come over here, let the men come open up businesses. That shit spreads back over there, man. That's why that one chick, she got put back to the spirit world, man, because she wanted to take off her I forgot what
I think they call them burqa.
a burqa.
I think.
You ain't gotta look it
Well,
up.
I think it's
You know? Yeah. And Lake's like, nah, man. You remember, was it Ishmael twerking from the light pole over there, back here a couple years ago?
They be throwing them in prison.
You know, a woman rising up with a voice. What? No. What happened when Kamala Harris went over there to Africa, spreading that alphabet community? You know, he's like, hell no. The nations are waking up like, look, this ain't it, man.
Hey, remember like a year or two ago, the nigga woman went over there to Dubai.
Yes.
And she got
Yes.
she got sent to jail
Yes.
for raising her voice to a man.
Truck
Yep.
driver, I think.
Well, they trucked her ass in the fucking prison.
Yeah, just from her raising her voice over there, that's like, hold on,
Yep.
what going on here?
Yep.
Who you talking to?
Look, that's righteous, man. Because a lot of, especially over in the Arab world, a lot of their what you would, you know, America would call wrong, is actually righteous. That they got it from us.
Yeah.
You know?
Customs,
Yeah, the customs. Yeah. You got it, right?
Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed.
See, this place already been destroyed in the heavens, man. It's been played out already. That's how we got the victory, man. We just got to keep pushing forward. No looking back. Keep pushing forward. No looking back, man. This place has been destroyed already, man. We're just playing it out. You know, guys lose sight of that, man. And that's a scary thing. Go ahead.
Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her. Take balm for her pain. If so be, she may be healed.
And brothers want, we can get Revelation 18 too and get in some of that. You know? It said, howl for her. Take balm. Balm is a healing agent. Right? You put it on to heal a scab or whatever. You know, some, you know, may have chapstick, you know. They call it lip balm. All right? So it doesn't matter what America does, the government does. Remember the Lord, you know, told it through Job, he set bounds that he cannot pass. So he's on borrowed time, really. We're coming into 250 years of this man, 1776, you know? In a few months, we going, well, not a few months, a few weeks. 250 right there, bam. This place is done, man. You got guys selling out in the last minute. Y'all some goddamn fools, man. But guess what? I will let you be that, man. Better you than us. You got it.
We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed.
Yeah, it's not in the cards of the Lord to heal this fucking place, man. It's for this place to go down. It's to go down, man. At the water Yahabashim Yahushai. Hate this place, man. What's this, Gabar? Oh, okay. You know? And the Lord puts things on you in your life where you continue to hate this place, man. Because this place will rock you back to fucking sleep if you let it.
That's what these Christians trying to do.
Exactly.
I'm not trying to go back into that bullshit, man.
Bring you some warm milk. They go another philosophy. You know, the heathens can, you know, there ain't gonna be no heathen slaves. Come on, man. It's gonna be, the Lord showed this heathen mercy. But they still have none of the promises to them, man. The fuck? Slakia, you got it.
We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her and let us go, every one into his own country.
And like my God was going into, that's what these big nations are doing, man. Been back here a couple of years ago, I used to work for this delivery place. I used to go to this Dahi East Indian shop, and you know, and every time I would come in with my order, he'd go over the invoice. Yeah, too much. They charge me too much. I can't make no money. Take it back.
Damn.
A lot of times I have to take the product back. And then one day I came, he was like, I'm going back home. It's like, you know, he said, I'm done here. I can't make no more money. And this was back, shit, 2017, 2018. You know what I'm saying?
This before the pandemic.
Exactly. And how much more all these other heathens out here, man? This place is fried, man. The only thing that's keeping this place afloat is the people. And they're hoping it, man. The dollar, hey, look, the dollar is no good. You know? Inflation is here. Job loss is 1,300 every week.
And then when the ones that got jobs, you don't get no raises to compensate for the cost of living.
Exactly. That's why you got roommates, you got family mates. Seriously. I know where I live at. You know, somebody I know out there got hey, they said, yo, I'm bringing in, you know, my sister and her husband and their kid. And I'm like, they already got a family up in there. But you make it work.
Yeah.
The squeeze is being put on everybody, man.
Issachar does.
Oh, yeah, that's Nate there.
Yeah.
It ain't nothing but a thing to Issachar.
Yeah.
They've been doing that, man, since they came over. You got it out.
Forsake her and let us go, every one into his own country. For her judgment reacheth unto heaven, and is lifted up even to the sky.
Yeah, it's so that the Lord is getting ready to judge this place, man. All right? It's reached up to the ears of the Lord what's going on down here. And we're telling our people, hey, look, you got a Micah 2 and 10 right about now. You got to flee out of the midst of this place, man. All right? The prudent men are not the men up here in these colleges and universities. It's the men on the street corners, man, who are fearing the Lord. Getting their reports. A righteous man, how's it go? A prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself. There you go. You know? If anybody don't got anything, let's get Revelation 18. Yeah, you can start at the top.
Okay, come on. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 18, and verse 1. And after these things I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory.
Go ahead.
And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils.
Yeah, that's what's going to happen here, man. All right? You're not going to know the borderlines of any state, any county. This place getting ready to be laid desolate, man. Go ahead.
And the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird.
Yeah, you know, these different beasts going to be here, man. All right? No, this place going to be inhabitable, man. What's it? Inhabitable? What is it? Uninhabitable. Yeah, the water. You know? Ain't going to be no build back better. Once your Howard shop pop up on the scene, once the chariots pop up on the scene, it's flatline, man. You know, that everything's gonna die with that, man. The standard of beauty, blonde hair, blue eyes. You know? Everything, the lies. You got it.
For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication.
Yeah, and they're tired of the wine, man. Just like we read in Jeremiah 51, they're tired of it. You know how you get that you drink too much and it's like, oh, I'll never drink again?
Yeah.
That's how these nations feel, man. But Esau is still in power, so you still got to kind of deal with this devil. You know? You got it.
And the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies.
Yeah, they wax rich, man. But guess what? Off who? The Israelites. We're the biggest consumers, man. We don't have shit to show for it. We're the biggest consumers, man. Jake is fucked up in the head. Want to walk around dressed like money, but ain't got no money.
Right.
Jake in the hood with Louis belts and Gucci this and Gucci that, but you staying in a 900 square foot apartment. Let it make sense, man.
Hungry.
And yeah.
Don't forget the Pooh Shiesty mask.
Right.
Oh my gosh. Right.
Oh, boy.
You got it.
Verse 4, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues.
Yeah. Well, let me get beamed up, man. And be not partakers of the ultimate plague, which is the fire, man. There's gonna be similar plagues that that happens in Jacob's trouble, but the ultimate plague is the fire, man. The second death. All right. Somebody get Micah 2 and 10 Barbara Shaw real quick, because that's still it's just been on my mind. We got to get out of this place, man. It starts mentally. Turning your back on the ways of this world is wickedness, man. It's evil. It's not leading you closer to the Lord. It's leading you further away from the Lord, man. And that's why people fail to realize it and don't want to realize it, because they're comfortable in wickedness, man.
Drunken love.
Yeah, that's it. See?
Wow. Can't make this up.
Exactly. You got some, Mike?
I got it.
Yeah.
It's Micah chapter 2, verse 10.
Yep.
Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest,
Right.
because it is polluted. It shall destroy you even with a sword destruction.
Yeah. Think of how can you get rest here, man? We will see, and that's the beauty of understanding this truth. We understand through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shai, this place was never our rest, regardless of what status we hold or how much money we had. All right. At the end of the day, you was not meant to live a comfortable life, and if you do, right? Like the scriptures say, evil pursueth sinners. You got to be evil to get something out here, man. You got to be evil to be somebody out here, man. You got to sacrifice a family member. You got to sacrifice a friend. You got to turn your child into a ABC, D, E, F, G character, man. You got to put on the fingernail polish. You got to promote wickedness, man.
They made Jake the poster child for that.
Yep. They made Jake the poster child for everything but righteousness, man. We the true white people, man. Right? So-called. You got it. But that was the end of that, right? Yeah. So we got to depart mentally, man. Turn them back to our Heavenly Father, man. And how He wants us to conduct ourselves here on the earth, man. Because we read earlier, you're going to be judged. And you want to be judged by the ways of the Heavenly Father, not by the ways of Esau, man. This man got a righteous bone in his body, but yet you're going to take heed of what he says is fucking right. Our people need to be put down. Oh, I'm going to pop another man's woman because he'll do it to me. You got to get out of here, bro. You got to be removed from the earth. That's a deaf mind state. That was one of my best friends in the world that said that. How you get away from him? You got it, Doc.
Okay. Revelation 18:5, for her sins have reached unto heaven, and Yahweh hath remembered her iniquities.
Uh-huh.
Remember her even as she rewarded you.
What happened?
Oh, this nigga worry about us. He got a tree in his trunk.
What was he doing?
He just mean mugging, looking at us.
Oh.
Down, damn near broke his
Was it a
back.
Jake?
It look like he
Oh, shit, go
Con.
go home, put a tree, man. Like, you know, go live your life. You know?
We'll celebrate this pagan holiday.
Yeah, go, yeah.
AI will tell you it's pagan.
All these people don't care.
He all about tradition.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah.
tradition.
Tradition, yeah, pagan/heathenistic tradition. It's a heathen holiday.
If getting a foot up your ass was tradition, would you still want to, you know what I'm saying? Hell no. But see, our people don't believe in the Lord. They're a bunch of Psalms 14:1.
Con, this is Revelation 18:6.
Yep.
Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her, double according to her works.
Yeah, so, you know, in the kingdom, right, they're going to get their just due. All right? They're going to get, you know, part of it now, but, you know, in the kingdom where we really got power, we really put our hands on this devil, he going to serve us, you know, damn near 1,000 years. Everything he's done to us, we're going to do to them double, but in righteousness. And that's what keeps these guys up, man, these elites. Okay, they know that Yahweh Shema Shad is real. They know. Why do you think they're hiding? You got it.
Con, this is where was that? Okay. In the cup which she has filled to her double.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so she's gonna receive double, man. Tells us in Thessalonians, surely it's a righteous thing to recompense tribulation to those that troubled you. All right, and those who are troubled rest with us. So it's a righteous thing. This is a righteous thing what's getting ready to happen to the heathen, man. All right, where Esau at the top of the list. It's a righteous thing. No one has suffered what the children of Israel suffered on the earth, man. Where's the recompense for that? Where's the payback from that? You know, like that Edomite demon, I forgot his name. He a pastor too, I believe. Elder from Chicago. Malcolm did a lesson on him, man. He's like, yeah, you know, black folks should be happy with.
We had the most millionaires than them. Is that the same dude?
Dark hair, glasses. Yeah. Man, said about, oh, we think when we got the internet and this, that, and the third, all this bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Be thankful. But that's the devil for you, man. And I lost my train of thought. Maybe they'll come back to me, but you got it.
It's spiritual though, why we having so-called God reparations, because the Lord going to recompense. You know, because then Esau say, yeah, we paid you. You know how you would play the game, like we all got y'all payout and shit. You know? No, man, it's not enough money in your accounts, man, and on your offshore accounts.
Right.
The stuff you own can pay back what you've done. That's why the Lord going to just blow this place up, man.
That's right.
You know, everything's on fire, man, because it's cursed. And same with the servitude and slavery, because again, you can pay a ransom. You know, speaking as a man, you can pay it off. All right, here's a check for slavery. But no, you got to go to slavery.
Exactly.
That's the eye for eye, tooth for tooth.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah, just like
right.
when they be wrongfully convicted Jake, and Jake spent 20, 30, 40 years of his life in prison just to find out he was wrongly convicted, and then they throw him $1 million or throw him some money. That you can't pay. That man just lost 20, 30, 40 years of his life, and you gonna throw some money at him? Just some things you just can't put a price tag on.
Time.
Yeah.
Time is priceless, man. Because 2/3 of our people in these times we coming in, they're gonna understand the value of time. You know? Damn, I wish I would have did this. Damn, I wish I would have did. Yo.
You can't put a price tag on what Esau Edom did to the nation of Israel. You can't put a price tag on it, and you can't put a time frame on it. They got a lot to pay for.
Because you go into certain things that, you know, that's of value is called priceless. It's like certain ancient artifacts, they call it priceless. You can't put a price on it. You can't put a price on the nation of Israel, man. The apple of the Lord's eye, man. You know? rules of the Lord, man. You can't put a price on them, man. So you can't pay a ransom to pay off that jealousy the Lord has for the nation of people, man. That's why the only thing that's going to be left for this place is wrath, man.
That's right.
You know, we're reading it here in Revelation 18th chapter. Which your so-called Christian pastor, he wouldn't damn ever touch this chapter.
If he did, but
Yeah, it's sealed. Brother. Bald ass.
Remember, Revelation was supposed to be sealed.
huh?
Some years back, they said Revelation.
Oh
was
yeah,
sealed.
yeah.
The book right here.
You got it.
Revelation 18:7.
Here we go.
How much she hath glorified herself
Mm-hmm.
and lived deliciously.
Yeah, this place I live deliciously, man.
Oh, yeah.
Once again, off the backs of our people and these other nations as well, but mainly off the backs of the Israelites, man. Free labor for 500 years, almost 500 years, yo. We're not getting paid now. We're getting paid, but we're not getting paid our work. Constantly getting taxed. I mean,
Said it earlier, we gonna have to work to death. 80-year-olds gotta still work if they wanna receive SNAP or
Yeah.
benefits.
yeah. Yep.
Ain't no such thing as retirement for 65-year-olds.
80-year-old Eve in McDonald's still working the drive-through.
Yeah,
Seeing that shit, it's crazy, man.
like, bro,
Yeah.
this ain't life. This ain't peace.
Yep.
You gonna have to work to the day we die.
Damn.
Okay. So much torment and sorrow give her.
Yeah, because that's what we got. Torment and sorrows, man. And like the brother's going into, like, yo, like it tells you in Deuteronomy, he showed no favor to the old or the young, roughly paraphrasing. You know, it's hell for an older person to have to work right now, man. Think about it. They get, you know, woman, you know, working McDonald's, 80 years old, you know, gotta come out and deal with the cold. Bones can't take it.
Right, you already broken down.
Yeah.
Defeated.
It makes me think about was it 12 Years a Slave? Where grandma was just talking, she was rocking. Next thing you know, she just died.
Yeah, in the chair,
Yeah. Our people want to stay here for that though. Our people need to be put down, man.
Okay, for she saith in her heart, I sit a queen,
Yep.
and I am no widow,
Yep.
and shall see no sorrow.
Yeah, and that's the mindset of these Americans, man. Right, especially these army guys. I'm thinking America's always gonna be on top. You know, America's gonna be the shit. Well, it's crumbling right before your very eyes, man. And even your own people have sold you out. Right? You're on the level of a Negro, of a spick, a beaner, you know? Wetback, tomahawk, porch monkey, you name it. All right? The last gonna be on you guys. Read that last part again.
Okay, this is for she saith in her heart, I sit a queen, and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow.
Yeah, so this place thinks that, you know, it's gonna always be on top. It's not gonna see any sorrow. But guess what? The Lord is calling your number right now, man. And all these nations are gearing up, right? To destroy your ass. No more deals. Nations are doing side deals with each other, major moves, right? They're ditching the dollar. They're done with this place, man. What's that, Proverbs? Is it Proverbs 21? The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord.
29.
29?
29 and 2 or 28 and 2.
And he turneth it whithersoever. I think it's Proverbs 21. You know, I could be wrong, or it might be 16.
I'm thinking about it.
The earth in the hand. No, when I write you on authority.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's 20. I think it's 29.
Yeah, it's 20.
It's 21? Yeah. Bring it real quick.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 21 and verse 1. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, as the rivers of water. He turneth it whithersoever he will.
kind of slow.
Carl came in after they ate. That's why he moving slow.
Right. I know, right? Shit.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 21 and verse 1. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, as the rivers of water. He turneth it whatsoever he will.
So the Lord had the angels working on the minds of these kings of these other nations, man. All right? And they're turning their back on America, man. This place really is really getting ready to sit low. Like this place is never seen before, man. You think the Great Depression was something? Nah, it's gonna be way worse than that. Matthew 24 tell you the time is coming. It's like gonna be like a time like it's never been. You know, we can tell you, but in actuality, you got to go through it to see it, man. Let's go back to that Revelation 18.
This is Revelation 18 and 8. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning, and famine.
That's what's prescribed, man. A lot of death, mourning, and it's a famine, right? So that's a lack of food, lack of resources, things you need to be comfortable. The Lord's taking comfortability away from this place, man. And the Lord has made his men lives uncomfortable, right? So we can better deal with it when that time comes, man. The things we go through, we don't just go through it for nothing. It's a reason why we're going through these things, man. You walk to the part of this faith. It's the reason why you're going through it. Okay? But this place is getting ready to mourn heavily, man. You gotta think about it, man. These people are settled. They got plans for 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. And one day, bam.
Disappointment.
Yep, it's gonna fuck people up, man. People who jump from buildings. You may be in your apartment complex, walking down the hallway, you hear a boom, somebody done blew their head off. Right? You're gonna see a bunch of kids just roaming the streets. Parents left them. These people are getting ready to lose it, man. You got it.
And she shall be utterly burned with fire.
Yep.
For strong is the Lord power who judgeth her.
Yeah, and that's what the Lord's coming back with according to Isaiah 66. All right, I think it's the 15th verse. Behold, he come with fire. Okay, get that real quick. That's what's prescribed for America, man. No more baseball, no more good old apple pie. You know, none of that shit, man. How dare you think this wicked place should go on? Even you Edomites, man. You Budweiser six-pack drinking Edomites. Really? Your wife want Jake. They want us. You know? Like the apostle was bringing out, when your woman want the other nation, it's a wrap. It's a wrap.
They say that's the state of the kingdom. When the women go down, you see the state of the kingdom.
Yep.
I mean, their empire.
You got it out.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 66, and verse 15.
We'll close out on this.
For behold, the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind.
Yeah, who you call Jesus? I can't do it. Why we doing that shit good? Who you call Jesus, man? Yahushua is coming back with fire. Ask your pastor about that. Ask the church pastor. Well, what do you mean he's coming back with fire? You know, like a dude told me, you better tell me something. It was an inside joke, but that shit happened one day. Dude walked up on me in my jaw, you better tell me something. I was like, yo, back the fuck up, man. Damn. Fucking Jake, man. But anyways, you got it.
Surrender his anger with fury.
See, the Lord's coming back angry. I always think about dodgeball when I hear this. You know, he's like, you gotta get angry. You gotta get.
Oh, yeah, that movie. You in the wheelchair.
Yeah. That's when the Lord's becoming back angry and mean, man. Go ahead.
And his rebukes with flame of fire.
Because the rebuke's going out now through the word. You know, but Jake learns what? Through pain. And these heathens gonna learn through pain too. You got it.
For by fire and by sword with the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many.
And that's self-explanatory, man. The Lord's gonna judge, right, with fire. There ain't gonna be no talking in that. There ain't gonna be no one more chance. Ain't gonna be no can we sit down the round table, Yahushua, and work this thing out right about? No, ain't gonna be none of that, man. Hold them fucking flames, man. So with that, like, give all praise, honor, and glory to Heavenly Father's only begotten Son, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Kakadash, Double honors, apostles, great millstone, shalom to the elect only, shalom.
Shalom.